Today's topic is what are the schemes or what are the announcement during the budget 2023 and how will it impact the MSMEs, these provisions. Not only during the budget period, but even before and after budget, many schemes are being launched by the government and different stakeholders for the MSMEs. So I made a video, in fact, as I was just referring to that, in my YouTube channel, which is named as MSME Helpline. I tried to post various schemes related to MSMEs and startup. When this budget was announced by Honorable Finance Minister, we analyzed the budget and the provisions of the budget, particularly related to MSMEs, were compiled in a video, and the same was posted. The topic of this video was that it's a Modi Sarkar or MSME ki Sarkar. Why we decided this topic. In fact, perhaps when we will end up this session, you will also agree with me that yes, the current government is very much concerned about the MSMEs, and because of this, they have provided many provisions in the budget, which definitely will impact the MSMEs in a very positive manner. So let me start with the first provision. So it is referred under point number 66 of the speech of Honorable Finance Minister. So first I will read what was mentioned in the budget. In case of failure by MSMEs to execute contracts during the COVID period, 95% of the forfeited amount related to bid or performance security will be returned to them by government and government undertakings. This will provide relief to MSME. So friends, it is provided in the budget under point number 66, meaning thereby that we all know that during the COVID period, most of the labor these contractors were having, they decided to go home, and we have seen number of videos, number of clips on our social media, on TV channels, that how these laborers were going, nange pair, पैदल चलकर वो जा रहे थे without caring for their any other job or any other things, their household goods or anything. So the biggest problem being faced by these contractors was that they might have taken some contract from the government department, PSUs, and there is always a condition of performance bank guarantee. So it says that if the contractor to whom this tender has been awarded is not able to execute the contract within the defined period as per the terms of the tender, the performance guarantee will be invoked. So maybe in many cases the performance guarantee or the EMD money, these amounts were given by the contractor, and because of no labor, plus most of the shops, most of the raw material producers companies were also not operating. So they were neither able to get the material to complete the project, nor were they having the labor staff to execute the contract. So the problem was that as per the tender, the performance guarantee, bank guarantee was to be invoked. It was a big loss to these MSMEs because there was no fault of these MSMEs. It was a pandemic which created this problem. But since there was no mention of these things in the tender, the government was also, not having any other option but to invoke the bank guarantee. Now the government has provided in the budget that if there is any failure by MSME to execute contract during the COVID period, so it has to be mentioned and it has to be kept in mind that this failure of MSMEs to execute the contract should be because of the COVID. So government is saying that suppose you have given a 1 crore rupee bank guarantee, we'll deduct only 5% and 95% will be refunded back to you. It's a good, very good provision. A lot of funds will come back to these MSMEs, which was a direct loss to these MSMEs. If anything is to be discussed later on, as has been told, I'll be here to answer your questions. Another very important announcement has been done under point number 72 of the budget 2023, wherein the Honorable Finance Minister has told that an entity, Digi Locker, will be set up for use by MSMEs, large businesses and charitable trusts also. This will be towards storing and sharing documents online securely whenever needed with various authorities, regulators, banks and other business entities. So I'll just let you know what is the problem and what the solution has been given by the government under this budget. So problem is that we, the MSMEs, need to do everything at our own. Whether it's a production, marketing, HR, finance, anything. So the key promoter, he may be the proprietor, partner or a director of the company, he has to take care of everything. And most of the times he is not able to manage the documents, the information properly. So what happens, suppose anybody wants to apply a loan to a bank, bankers may ask n number of documents and the information. When these MSMEs try to search out for those documents, sometimes they find, the accountant who is having these documents is not available. Sometimes they may feel that the chartered accountant who is having the information is busy in other assignment, and he may say that, okay, come after 10 days or so. So these are basic problems. And they have to share one or the other information again and again to different stakeholders. Now the government has told that we will create this Digi Locker, particularly for the MSME. It will be for the large businesses and charitable trusts also, but the most beneficial will be MSME. So the budget has provided that through this Digi Locker, you will be able to store and share the documents online. So suppose you are dealing with a banker, you can keep all the documents in this Digi Locker, and whenever any banker or any other stakeholders or even your customer wants to get your credibility or any other document or your quality certification, your details of orders already executed or anything, or the bankers ask something, or any regulator ask, or any authority ask anything, you can just sit in front of him and say, sir, don't worry, everything is available in my Digi Locker. I'll just share the required information or the documents to you, and you can just share the documents from the Digi Locker. This is perhaps the most demanded requirement of the MSMEs, because whenever we discuss with MSMEs, their most important demand is bank loan. And perhaps in the last session, I discussed this scheme, which is credit guarantee scheme for micro and small enterprises. A collateral-free loan up to 2 crore rupees is being provided by the banks under this scheme. So the Finance Minister has told under point number 97 of the budget 2023 that last year, revamping of credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs was proposed. The revamped scheme will take effect from 1st April 2023 through infusion of rupees 9,000 crore in the corpus. This will enable additional collateral-free guaranteed credit of rupees 2 lakh crore. Last line I'll just read later on. So here the budget has provided that this CDTMAC scheme will continue, and government will ensure that 2 lakh crore rupees will be sanctioned and disbursed under this CDTMAC, which is a collateral-free loan for micro and small enterprises. One problem in this CDTMAC is that rate of interest is higher. Government also charge the guarantee fees, that is also higher. So to take care of that, government now in this budget has proposed that the cost of credit will be reduced about 1%. Furthermore, the guarantee fees which is being charged by the banks which was also on a very higher side, that has also been reduced drastically. And we are hoping that another cut will be there in that guarantee fees. This is again a provision in the budget, which has been defined in the point number 134 of the budget 2023. This is for both MSMEs and professionals. The current situation is that MSMEs with turnover up to 2 crore rupees and certain professionals with turnover up to 50 lakhs can avail the benefit of presumptive taxation. So meaning thereby that they need not to keep their books of account, they need not to prepare their balance sheet, profit and loss account. They can just say that this is my turnover, and turnover will be very much easily verifiable by the GST returns also. Now this limit has been increased, and the FM has proposed to provide an S limit of up to 3 crore rupees and 75 lakhs rupees respectively for the micro enterprises and the professionals whose cash receipts are not more than 5%. So this is a condition basically that your cash receipt should not be more than 5%. If it is so and your turnover is below or up to 3 crore rupees, and in case of professional it is up to 75 lakhs rupees, then you need not to maintain any books of account if you wish so, and you can give a presumptive taxation. You can opt for a presumptive taxation system wherein government says that this much percentage you pay and just enjoy. This is a great provision. I would like to discuss this provision slightly in detail. So it's a very small provision having a lot of impact. So the FM has told that to support MSMEs in timely receipt of payment, Honorable FM proposed to allow deduction for expenditure incurred on payments made to them only when payment is actually made. What does it mean? So the one of the biggest problem of the MSMEs is delayed payment from their buyers. And when the buyer don't pay, they don't have any option. Only option available to them is either they need to go to MSCFC if they are a registered micro and small enterprises, or they have to file legal case under various provisions, maybe the commercial code, or if they are having some check and it is dishonored under 138 of Negotiable Instrument Act. But it takes a lot of time. In fact, years and years are wasted in recovery of the dues. And I have seen particularly that there are many MSMEs which are mandated to shut their businesses only because of the delayed or non-payment of the amount from the large corporate, from the government department, PSUs, or maybe even from other MSMEs as well. Now government has proposed under this budget that any expenditure will be allowed only when it is paid. So just imagine I purchase a material from a micro, small, medium enterprise worth about 1 crore rupees, and I don't pay as per the provisions of MSMED Act, that is Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act. So the Act provides that the payment has to be made within 45 days from the acceptance of the bill if it is from some micro and small enterprises. So if I purchase 1 crore rupees worth material from a micro and small enterprises and I don't pay within 45 days, then this expenditure will not be allowed while calculating my profit for the year. So it will be added back to the profit. So just imagine that for a amount of 1 crore rupees, this buyer may be required to pay income tax at the rate of maybe about 25% if we assume. So 25 lakhs rupees the buyer has to pay to the government, and then the dispute will continue as it is. So later on, this MSCs may won the case. They may be able to get the payment along with the interest. So the buyer will be at great loss. So it has been very clearly provided in this budget that you make the payment of these micro small enterprises on time, Otherwise, these expenses will not be allowed. This Vishwakarma Kaushal Samman scheme has also been announced under this budget, which says that for centuries, traditional artisan and craft people who work with their hands using tools have brought renown for India. They are generally referred to as Vishwakarma. होता है ना, जैसे कारपेंटर हैं, इलेक्ट्रीशियन हैं, these type of people. The art and handicraft created by them represent the true spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. For the first time, a package of assistance for them has been conceptualized. The new scheme will enable them to improve the quality, scale, and reach of their product, integrating them with the MSME value chain. The component of the scheme will include not only financial support, but also access to advanced skill training, knowledge of modern digital techniques and efficient green technologies, brand promotion, linkage with local and global markets, digital payment and social security. So how much has been provided in fact? So there will be skill training. Then after training, they will be put into the formal system so that the finance is also made available to them. The modern digital techniques, green technologies, they will be skilled for brand promotions also. So these Vishwakarmas will be given a lot of facilities and MSMEs will be linked with them. This is basically for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBCs, women and people belonging to the weaker section. Modalities and other schemes are yet to be drafted for these. Maybe in some other session we'll discuss those issues. Skill India digital platform is also being announced under this budget. Another very important provision of this budget is under point number 129. So first I will read point number 128. To facilitate availability of raw material for the steel sector, exemption from basic custom duty on raw material for manufacture of CRGO steel, ferrous scrap and nickel cathode is being continued. So this is about the basic custom duty. But point number 129 of this budget 2023 is important, which says that similarly the concessional BCD, meaning basic custom duty of 2.5% on copper scrap is also being continued to ensure the availability of raw material for secondary copper producers who are mainly in the MSME sector. So we have seen that in past few months, the prices of these items have increased multifold, steel, cement. So this will be a good support to MSMEs. So thank you, friend. This was all which is provided in the budget. If there is any question, I'll be happy to answer those.
Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you. That was a great session. There were a couple of things even I had no idea this is happening in the budget, the MSMEs. So, really thank you, Mukesh ji, for sharing the knowledge and all. If anybody has a questions, you can post it in the Q&A session. And also, if anybody would require any kind of consulting service, trying to understand and trying to solve the problems you have with MSMEs, financing, or any other activities, you can all consult Mr. Gupta, who will be able to help you in facing any challenges and schemes. We'll share the contact details and any other information which is required post the session. For now, let's move on to the questions. I think there's a question right now by Mr. Selva Muthukumar. Will LD charges deducted due to late supply during COVID will also be returned? If so, what is the procedure to get the LD returned from public sector?
Yeah, so the provision is that related to bid or performance security, right? So nothing has been clarified related to LD charges, but let us wait for some time, and we have also seek the clarification. But as of today, the provision is that in case of failure by MSMEs to execute contract during this COVID period, 95% of the forfeited amount relating to bid or performance guarantee will be returned to them by government.
I hope, Selva, that answers your question. There are a couple of questions which were asked before the session. Maybe we could address a couple of these questions. One of this question by Bankim Mistry from Bombay Small Scale Industries Association asked, he wanted to understand a couple of the provisions to MSME manufacturing sector specifically.
So see, there is no difference as on today in the manufacturing and the service sector. Earlier, there were different type of definition for manufacturing and for service sector. It was based on the investment in plant and machinery in case of manufacturing MSMEs and investment in equipments in case of service sector. Whatever provisions I have discussed today, which have been provided in the budget, are for both manufacturing and service sector, because now there is no difference in the manufacturing and service sector as far as the definition is concerned. So okay. The provisions whatever we have discussed are both are for manufacturing and service sector both.
Got it. I think that there's even a question by Mr. Partha Pratim, sir. Hi Partha, I think you can ask your question.
I have a question that since I being chairman of ASSOCHAM, Chamber of Commerce, I take care of the entire interest of MSME in the East and Northeast area. So how this entire wonderful budget provisions can be enacted here at the grassroots level? So if we get some action plan from Mr. Gupta, then it will be a fantastic thing for us to take it forward. How it would be possible? What would be the roadmap?
Mr. Partha, so I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand your question properly. But the roadmap is very clear. The roadmap has been, well defined by the Honorable Finance Minister in the budget as far as the things are concerned. So, particularly this one provision is related to loan, collateral-free loan. So, I would urge MSMEs that you please also maintain the financial discipline and apply to the bank. Ensure that your application is duly received by the bankers, so that you can tomorrow claim that I have submitted my loan application on such and such date, and if there is no reply or no decision on the proposal, you can just ask the question from the bank that what have you done. As far as this delayed payment is concerned, I suppose this is a master stroke by the Honorable Finance Minister, and if there is any delay in the payment, so as I told that the taxation has to be paid by the buyers. So roadmap is very clear that we the MSMEs have to be financially disciplined. We need to maintain our balance sheet, our accounts properly. Whatever margin is required to be put in by us, we need to ensure that we put in our margin. One thing I have seen in many of the balance sheets that the MSME put their margin also in the form of unsecured loans. Should not be there. It should be in the form of the capital. And I don't think that if we will be ethical, we will ensure that all the financial discipline, all compliances are being complied with by us. Bankers will be behind MSMEs, because they are also searching good MSME. And then if all the compliances are being complied with by us, I don't feel any stakeholders or any regulator will also be able to create any problem for them.
So do you think that an awareness session is required to take it forward in this part of East and Northeast corridor? Because the awareness is not there, so whatever is happening, all are in the PDF format or all in the budgetary notes. So what is your proposal of taking it forward at the grassroots level?
So as I was just referring to that everybody has to do at his or her level. We are also trying to do something. So we try to create the video. I would like to thank JSW1 in fact in this regard, because being such a large company, they are also concerned about the awareness to these MSMEs. We all should thank you, JSW1. and their team members. They are definitely running these awareness programs. So thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Mukesh ji. So I think we'll just wrap this up. Thank you, Mukesh ji. Thank you for the session. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. So everyone, that wraps up today's session. We hope you liked it, and we hope, for all the upcoming sessions that you'll be able to attend, and this will be beneficial for you. Thank you, everybody.